All right, big homie. I want to appreciate you, man. Thanks for letting me come over and do this documentary again, man.
Right.
You know, the last time it was just the introduction,
Right.
and we did the jump off. You know what I'm saying? This is the beginning,
Right.
and I want to know, how did this whole blood movement get started right here on Black Wall Street? I mean, go ahead and let me know everything. You know.
Man, shit, that blood movement was big, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it was so big to where like, but the movement started from the drugs though. You know what I'm saying? I met a dude who was a gang member, but at the time I didn't really know whether he was a Crip or a Blood. You know what I'm saying? So shit, me and my brother was grinding so hard at this time in the projects and shit. He was like amazed at that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, damn man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell my homeboys about y'all and shit like that. So, you know, we young, we didn't know that shit was gonna come true. So next thing you know, we was on the bench cause our plug was like locked up and shit. So the next thing you know, shit, nigga, that boat rode in, nigga, it was the Bloods, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And shit, I was running down the street one day on 52nd and shit. A lot of motherfuckers don't know, that's why we say 52nd, you know what I'm saying? Cause that shit started from there, you know what I'm saying? That's where that blood shit really started at, my nigga, bleed at. So I was running down the street and shit, and the motherfucking horn was blowing. It was like 4 niggas in the car and shit like that. So at the time I didn't have no strap, so nigga, I can remember like I ran over the nigga Daryl Berry's house, but he moved, so it was an empty house. I used to jump the gate and then go home, but at this particular time somebody was calling my name and shit. And I was like, so I peeped around the corner, it was this nigga named Lance and shit. This nigga named Lance was like fucking with this nigga named Terry Balcom's sister and shit like that. So he called my name, nigga, and called me to the car, nigga. And then there was 3 niggas in there. He was the 4th one. And then I looked in there, shit, it was a nigga named Bone. The nigga was the one Suge Knight just ran over. The one played on Training Day.
Right,
nigga
right,
named
right,
Cyclone and Rollo and Lance, then me. And that's how I met Bone and shit. And Bone was like asking me like, where your homeboys at and shit like that. And I was like, they're around and shit like that. So next thing you know, he said, get in the car and shit like that. So I jumped in the car, I jumped in the middle and shit. The next thing you know, he pulled a chest out and it was full of some shit like that. And then next thing you know, we went back up the street, nigga, and then shit, 45 minutes later, we was in the Jets, nigga, and that's how the Bloods came to town, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And from there, nigga, we built a relationship in the project as far as like getting money. You know what I'm saying? Then the nigga Bone, you know what I'm saying, a G nigga took us to Oklahoma City, nigga, to the concert, shit like that. And then it was like niggas, but who the niggas who was at that house that day when I bought the Bloods over there was like nigga Freddie Hay, nigga named Chili Dog, Quinn, Jock, my brother, Mark Anthony, and myself. You know what I'm saying? And a few of the homies wasn't there at the time though, so
So these the first big homies right there.
yeah, all these niggas was like the first niggas that became Bloods, you know what I'm saying? Before like any nigga knew what Bloods was about, these niggas right here was in the house was the first ones like that met the Bloods when I brought them over there and shit like that. So, but then we went to Oklahoma City and shit like that. Went to the concert, me, Quinn, Jock, Bone, I want to say Ward. My brother stayed home, Freddie Hay, cause I remember riding the car with Freddie Hay and a few more other homies, but that's how we got turned on the endo, my nigga. And next thing you know, shit, we went to concert and shit, and we did a little business with Bone, nigga. He went back home, so it was me, my brother, Quinn, and Chili Dog, and Mark, and shit. We didn't turn Bloods because them niggas was Bloods though. We didn't even, like I said, we was Rip Boys. We didn't even know like what really too much about the Bloods, cause you know all we seen down there was Crips. We was just all about us though. So, but we was doing business as far as work and shit. But so then when he left, we was sitting at the table. My brother was like, "Nigga, it ain't even no Bloods in town, nigga. Shit, nigga, we gonna be Bloods." And we all looked at him and shit. Me, Queen, Chili Dog, Mark. He said, "Nigga, we gonna be Bloods and shit like that." And the nigga Lil D, he wasn't there at the time, but he came through that later. But the next thing you know, nigga, we claimed Bloods and shit like this. So I remember me, Lil D, nigga, every time I tell this story, me, Lil D, Quinn, nigga, when he got some, went to the mall and nigga got some red hats and shit, some red shirts with some black leather jackets, some black Guess jeans, some motherfucking black Reebok with the red shoestrings, nigga. went up to TGNY, nigga, and when they got some red flags, nigga, you know what I'm saying, and put them in the pocket and shit like that, nigga. Then we bailed to the motherfucking fairground, my nigga. Them niggas will tell you that shit right today. Quinn dead, but the homies can tell you this shit. Nigga, we bailed to the fair, nigga. Then we bailed up to Boogie T. Washington, nigga. Next thing you know, we paid our money the whole motherfucking game, but I'm telling you, just froze like, what the fuck these niggas doing? Like, it was like all these niggas dressed alike and shit like that. Nigga, we bailed in that motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, bro, I just get chill bumps talking about that shit. We bailed up in that motherfucker like that, so come on, we was gonna meet my brother them up there and shit. So next thing you know, the football game just stopped. Lil D just broke across the motherfucking football field. Me and Quinn kept belling, you know what I'm saying, belling through the game. So the police called him, gaffed him up. Nigga, they escorted us out there, motherfucker. And that's when everybody knew the Bloods was in town, nigga. That's when we stayed. The next thing you know, nigga, we pulling them up and motherfuckers beating niggas out, going niggas' house, beating them, dragging them out. You know what I'm saying? Just red every day, red up and shit like that. Niggas pushing that G code, man. That's how we started out with fucking with the Bloods, my nigga, like that. And shit, the next thing, that movement just got bigger, nigga. And then, you know, the movement got big, but we were still small, but then we had like some motherfuckers that came after us, but the Posse Bloods and shit like that. This nigga like Big Fat Rick, you know what I'm saying? We used to call him Rick and shit, you know what I'm saying? Relative Joe and Dion and Gant, Derek Walker, motherfuckers like niggas, you know, I could just keep going on, but you know what I'm saying? Them was the next nigga who started wearing red, and so when we go out and do shit, we become allies and shit like that. And then, you know, later on, the movement just kept getting big. Then the Junior Rips came about and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's how this shit just got big, man, you know what I'm saying? Just got ferocious and big, my nigga just took off, man. Shit got so big, man, that nigga, we was abandoned out of every motherfucking spot in Tulsa, nigga. We couldn't go to clubs, the skate ring, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. Every motherfucking time my nigga wanted to be a blood, my nigga. We caught niggas in and shit. Some niggas we caught in, they was weak. We kick them to the side and shit. Some of them niggas became Crips and shit. I ain't gonna mention their names and shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause they ain't even about that, but them niggas know and shit like that. But yeah, man, we was pushing this shit big. Like this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Crips was already here though. You feel what I'm saying? But this young movement and shit like that got big, and then you had the Crips sort of branching out from this blood movement, you know, but they weren't blood, but I'm just saying this movement to where then you had niggas like the Garrison Block Crips, you know what I'm saying? You had like Crips, just, you know, this Crips set just getting big, you know, shit like that, man, you know, just the movement, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? And that shit just multiplied, my nigga, then, you know, shit, and things just went from there, bro, you know?
So, how did the fall? How did the things ever fall apart? I mean,
oh man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, technically, man, I ain't gonna get off on all that shit right now, but we're gonna talk a little bit about that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the Bloods, man, all the OGs, all the original Blood members. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was early on Bloods though, but some of them, you know what I'm saying, fell off, but it was a lot of other Bloods, like, at this time that still stayed strong through this movement. You know, all the Crip sets was like multiplying and shit like that. You know, you had motherfuckers like, you know, War was a Blood and shit. My brother, KT, Chili Dog, Mark Anthony, Quinn, you know, just Morty Reed, Rick, Green Eye Rick, niggas like Gant. You know, it was a lot of other motherfucking Bloods though, but I'm just saying, like, but at this time when the movement was just taking off, like the niggas who were just staying deep, and that shit just kept getting bigger, man. So, but the Crip neighborhood also got bigger too though. Crip started multiplying and shit to where we couldn't even really just hang out on Front Street ourselves no more. You know what I'm saying? So we started like multiplying in projects and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, we've been in like places like Morning Star and shit, Comanche. But later on, we just claimed Vernon Mountain as the Blood Projects, you know, shit like this. So 90% of the kids. What you say?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's how you see Vernon Mountain was like projects where the Bloods hung out and shit like that. But we hung out though. Our main hangouts was like motels and shit like that, or each and every one of homies' houses and shit like that. But like I say, as we go on with this this like you say, this 4-part or 3-part documentary, you know what I'm saying? I'm explaining to everybody the rising of the Bloods and the falling of the Bloods, you know what I'm saying? Cause the Bloods got stagnated, like I'm saying, all the OGs are fucking with the prison and shit, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that just happened and shit, man, and then to where the little young motherfucking homies like the Junior Rips who had like to hold the blood shit up, you know what I'm saying? Because all the OGs got fucked off and shit like that. So it was fucked up, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah, I'm gonna get off into that shit, you know what I'm saying? But it would just got stagnated, man. But the Bloods could have been way bigger than that, you know what I'm saying? It just fucked up, man, you know, with a lot of shit happening, shit like that. Niggas just started going to jail, but as we go, you know what I'm saying, we'll talk about that and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Because, you know, it's other niggas that, you know, so I like to really get approval from like other niggas that I done fuck with to like really basically mention their names and a lot of shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna get to a lot of that shit, man. Then I'm gonna tell everybody how Lil D, myself, Mark Anthony, Reggie Leroy, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that about our cases, shit like that, how we got fucked off and shit like that. So yeah, it's fucked up, man, you know what I'm saying? But that's how the Bloods got fucked off, man, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, they left, the OGs left, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like Quinn was gone, niggas like, you know, niggas who I fucked with like Quinn was gone, niggas like Cirque was gone, you know, shit like that. Nick, my brother, you know, he got killed, you know, shit like that. So I'm gone, every nigga I fuck with, me, Lil D, Mark, you know, everybody gone. So you had so many niggas that was up trying to uphold what we built, you know what I'm saying? And to where, you know, it was so big, and everybody know how the fucking movement was that big to where couldn't no nigga uphold that. You know, you have a lot of niggas say they was like leaders of this shit, leaders of that. No, it ain't never been a leader of this movement, period, my nigga. Never, you know what I'm saying? Never, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, then we're gonna get off into how, you know, even how the name Rip, how Rip to the Mob came, how RMG came about, you know what I'm saying? And who formed the game RMG, which that's what a lot of Bloods in Tulsa claim is RMG, you know what I'm saying, Red Mob Gangsters, but we gonna get off into all that, you know what I'm saying, as we go in the program, you know.
So you was there through it all?
Yeah, I was there until I went to jail, but I wasn't there until like when RMG came about, but the niggas that I ran with, you know what I'm saying, formed the game RMG, you know what I'm saying, Red Mob Gangsters. So yeah, you know, I've been there, but I was always connected to that shit, you know what I'm saying? Even when I was in jail, you know, with certain guys, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
That's real.
Right.
Well, shit. Next time we're gonna go ahead and get into the second part of the series. And in the second part of the series, we're gonna go ahead and get into this whole the falling of it and how this case came about and how the OGs, you know what I'm saying, got took away. You know what I mean? How everybody got lost in the game. So I appreciate you again for letting me come through here, OG.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.